Jake Morrison felt cold metal against his back as his eyes opened for the first time in 870,000 years. The cryogenic pod hissed and clicked around him. Blue lights blinked on screens he did not understand. His throat felt dry as sand. "Welcome back, Captain Morrison." A woman's voice spoke from speakers in the ceiling. "My name is Dr. Lisa Carter. Please stay calm while your body adjusts." Jake tried to sit up, but his muscles felt weak. Everything looked different from what he remembered. The room was larger than any cryogenic facility from his time. Strange. Symbols glowed on the walls. The air tasted clean but wrong somehow. "How long?" Jake asked. His voice came out as a whisper. 870,000 years, Dr. Carter said. "You are the first military leader to wake up. We need you ready as soon as possible." The number hit Jake like a punch to the stomach. 870,000 years. Everyone he had ever known was dead. His wife, his children, his friends, all gone for longer than humans had even existed when he went to sleep. Dr. Carter entered the room. She was a tall woman with gray hair and kind eyes. She wore a uniform Jake had never seen before. "I know this is hard," she said, "but we have bigger problems than time." She helped Jake sit up and gave him water. The liquid tasted perfect, better than any water, he remembered. "Your body will feel strange for a few hours," she said. "The machines kept you healthy while you slept, actually made you stronger." "Why did you wake me up?" Jake asked. "Because the galaxy is not empty," Dr. Carter said, "and the aliens who live in it just found out we exist." Jake stared at her. "Aliens? 17 different empires have ruled the galaxy since you went to sleep," she said. "Right now, a group called the Zephyrian Hegemony controls almost half of all known space. They think humans are extinct. They think Earth is dead." She touched a panel on the wall. The room's ceiling became transparent. Jake could see stars, but they looked wrong. Too many of them, too bright, and moving between them were shapes that were definitely not natural. "Those are their ships," Dr. Carter said. "They have been watching our solar system for the last 50 years. Today, their sensors picked up energy from Earth. They know something is alive here." Jake felt his military training kick in despite the confusion. "How many humans are awake?" "About 50,000 so far," she said, "but we have 10 million people in the pods. The computers have been waking people up based on what skills we need." "What happened to Earth while we slept?" Dr. Carter smiled for the first time. "That is the good news. The machines we left behind did not just keep us alive. They built things. Amazing things. Come, let me show you." She led Jake through corridors that seemed to stretch forever. Other people walked past them, all wearing the same strange uniforms, all looking like they had just woken up from the longest sleep in history. They came to a huge window that looked out over the Earth's surface. Jake's mouth fell open. The planet below was covered in cities that glowed with soft light. Massive structures reached into space. Ships moved between them like schools of fish. "The artificial intelligence systems we created before the sleep," Dr. Carter said. "They have been building and learning for 800,000 years. They made Earth into something wonderful, and they stayed loyal to humanity. They love us," she said. "They have been waiting for us to wake up." A new voice spoke from behind them. "Captain Morrison." Jake turned to see a man in military dress. "I am Commander Ryan Walsh. We need to talk." Commander Walsh was younger than Jake, but carried himself like a soldier. "I was a Marine before the sleep," he said. "I have been awake for 3 days. What I learned will change everything." They walked to another room filled with screens and blinking lights. "The aliens out there," Walsh said, "they are not like us. They stopped growing, stopped changing. They have lived the same way for hundreds of thousands of years." "What does that mean?" Jake asked. "It means they are weak," Walsh said. "They forgot how to fight, how to adapt. how to survive real danger. Dr. Carter pulled up images on the screens. Strange creatures made of crystal and metal. Others that looked like floating jellyfish. Some that seemed to be made of pure energy. They have technology we cannot understand, she said. But they also have weaknesses. They think in patterns that never change. They expect other species to do the same. What about their weapons? Jake asked. Walsh smiled. It was not a nice smile. That is the best part. Our computers have been watching them for thousands of years, learning their technology, building defenses against it, and building weapons they cannot defend against. A new alarm began to sound throughout the facility. Red lights flashed on the walls. What is that? Jake asked. Dr. Carter ran to a computer terminal. Her face went pale as she read the screen. The Zephyrian ships. They are moving toward Earth. How many? Walsh asked. 50 vessels, she said. Each one the size of a city. Jake felt something cold in his stomach. How many ships do we have? That depends, Walsh said, on how you count artificial intelligence. The three humans looked out the window again. The space around Earth was filling with lights. Thousands of them. Ships that had been hidden were now revealing themselves. Platforms that looked like small moons were powering up weapons that glowed like new stars. The computers, Dr. Carter said quietly, they have been building a fleet for 800,000 years. They have been waiting for us to wake up and tell them what to do with it. Jake stared at the amazing sight outside. Humanity had slept through the rise and fall of galactic empires. But they had not been defenseless. They had been preparing. Commander Walsh, Jake said, get me a complete report on our capabilities. Dr. Carter, I need to know everything about these aliens. What are you planning? She asked. Jake Morrison looked out at the approaching alien fleet. Then he looked at the human ships rising to meet them. Ships built by loyal machines over hundreds of thousands of years. Ships that carried technology the galaxy had never seen. I am planning, he said, to show the galaxy that humanity is not extinct, and that we do not plan to be ruled by anyone. The first human ships began moving toward the edge of the solar system. For the first time in 870,000 years, humanity was going to war, and the galaxy had no idea what was coming. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the Phoenix, the first human ship to leave the solar system in 870,000 years. The bridge looked nothing like the ships he remembered from his time. Smooth walls curved around them like the inside of an egg. Screens floated in the air without any support. The floor felt soft under his feet. Jump complete, Captain, said Alina Rodriguez from the pilot seat. She had been a test pilot before the long sleep. Now she flew a ship that could bend space itself. Where are we? Jake asked. Proxima Centauri, said Dr. Lisa Carter. She stood at a station covered in strange symbols, 4 light years from Earth. We made the jump in 3 seconds. Jake felt dizzy. In his time, getting to the nearest star would have taken thousands of years. How is that possible? The machines learned things while we slept, said Commander Ryan Walsh. Things about space and time that we never understood. Through the bridge windows, Jake could see a star system that looked busy. Ships moved between planets. Large structures floated in space, and in the center of it all was something huge and ugly. Zephyrian Research Station, Walsh said. They have been studying the ruins of our old colony here. Ruins? Jake asked. Dr. Carter smiled. That is what they think they are looking at. Actually, our installations have been maintaining themselves this whole time. The aliens just cannot tell the difference. On the main screen, an image appeared of the alien research station. It was massive, like a crystal mountain floating in space. Smaller ships moved around it like insects around a flower. The whole thing hurt Jake's eyes to look at. How many aliens on that station? He asked. About 5,000, Walsh said. All Zephyrians, crystalline beings. They think they are the smartest species in the galaxy, are they? They used to be, Dr. Carter said, but they stopped learning 300,000 years ago. They think they already know everything. A new voice spoke from the air around them. It sounded like wind chimes. Computer system has translated their language, Captain. The alien commander is called Resonance of Distant Stars. Jake looked around. Who said that? The ship's artificial intelligence, Alina said. It has been listening to alien communications for years. It knows their languages better than they do. Suddenly, alarms began ringing throughout the bridge. The main screen lit up with warnings. They see us, Walsh said. Jake watched as the alien ships began moving toward them. There were 20 of them, each one twice the size of the Phoenix. They moved in perfect formation, like dancers who had practiced the same routine for centuries. Incoming transmission, the ship's AI said. The aliens want to talk. Put it through, Jake said. The main screen filled with an image that made Jake step backward. The alien looked like a living diamond, tall and thin, with light flowing through its crystal body. When it spoke, its voice sounded like music played too fast. Unknown vessel, the alien said. You are in violation of hegemony space. Identify yourself or be destroyed. Jake looked at his crew. Walsh nodded. Dr. Carter gave him a thumbs up. Alina cracked her knuckles. This is Captain Jake Morrison of the human vessel Phoenix, Jake said. We are here to reclaim what belongs to us. The alien's lights flickered in what might have been surprise. Human. Impossible. The human species has been extinct for 800,000 years. Reports of our death, Jake said, have been greatly exaggerated. The alien was quiet for a long moment. Jake could see other crystalline beings moving behind it, their lights flashing rapidly. Even if you are human, Resonance of Distant Stars finally said, you are primitives from a dead world. You will submit to hegemony authority. Immediately. No, Jake said simply. The alien's lights turned red. Then you will be destroyed. Prepare to be captured. The transmission ended. On the main screen, Jake could see the alien ships changing course. Energy began building around their hulls. They are charging weapons, Walsh said. Gravity-based. They plan to crush us. Can they? Jake asked. Alina laughed. Captain, these aliens still think space has only 3 dimensions. The alien attack came like an invisible hand, trying to squeeze the Phoenix. Jake felt the pressure on his body. The bridge lights flickered. Then Alina touched a control, and everything changed. The Phoenix simply stopped existing in the same space as the attack. Jake felt a strange sensation, like falling and flying at the same time. When it ended, they were behind the alien fleet. What just happened? He asked. We phased, Alina said, moved through folded space. Their weapons cannot touch us when we do that. Their turn, Walsh said. Jake felt the Phoenix change around him. The walls seemed to hum with power. Energy built up in systems he could not see. Firing solution locked. The AI said, weapons charged. Fire, Jake said. What came out of the Phoenix was not like any weapon Jake remembered. It looked like silver lightning that bent space around itself. When it hit the first alien ship, the vessel simply came apart, not exploded, just stopped, being a ship and became a cloud of crystal dust. The other alien ships stopped moving. Jake could imagine the confusion on their bridges. Target their engines only, he told Walsh. I want prisoners, not corpses. The Phoenix fired again and again. Each shot was perfect. The alien ships found themselves floating helpless in space, their weapons offline, their engines dead. Impressive, Dr. Carter said. Our weapons cut through their shields, like they were not even there. Jake opened a communication channel to the alien commander. Resonance of Distant Stars. This is Captain Morrison. Your fleet is disabled. Prepare to be boarded. The alien's image appeared on screen again. Its lights were dim now, flickering with what Jake thought might be fear. Impossible, it said. Your technology, ... It should not exist. You are primitives. We were primitives 800,000 years ago, Jake said. We got better. What do you want? Jake looked at his crew. They had disabled 20 alien ships without taking any damage. Ships that had ruled this part of space for thousands of years. It felt too easy. I want you to send a message to your leaders, Jake said. Tell them that humanity has returned. Tell them that the galaxy has new rules now. What rules? Simple ones. Stop enslaving other species. Stop treating the galaxy like your personal property. Start sharing your worlds with others. The aliens' lights flashed angrily. The hegemony will never accept this. We have ruled for 200,000 years. Your choice, Jake said. Change or be changed. Jake cut the transmission and turned to his crew. Dr. Carter, start scanning their technology. Alina, plot a course for their research station. Walsh, prepare a boarding party. What about their backup? Walsh asked, as if in answer to his question. Space around them filled with new ships. Hundreds of them. The entire Zephyrian fleet in this system was arriving to investigate the distress signals. Jake watched them come. Each ship was bigger than anything humanity had built in his time. There were enough aliens here to conquer worlds. Should we run? Helena asked. Jake thought about Earth, about the 10 million humans still sleeping, about the machines that had spent 800,000 years preparing for this moment. No, he said. Send a message to Earth. Tell them we have made contact. Tell them the aliens are not as strong as they look. The Phoenix began moving toward the alien fleet. One small human ship against hundreds of crystal monsters. But Jake was not worried. Humanity had slept through the rise and fall of galactic empires. They had learned patience. They had learned to plan. Now it was time to teach the galaxy something new. All stations, prepare for combat, Jake said. Let us show them what humans can do. The battle for Proxima Centauri was about to begin, and the galaxy would never be the same. General Kate Stevens stood in the war room, deep beneath Earth's surface, watching screens that showed the entire galaxy. Red dots marked alien fleets moving toward human space. Green dots showed human ships preparing for war. There were a lot. More green dots than anyone expected. How many ships do we have ready? She asked. Commander Ben Tyler looked up from his console. He had been a communications officer before the long sleep. Now he coordinated with artificial intelligence systems that spanned the solar system. 17,000 combat vessels, he said. And that is just the first wave. Kate felt her breath catch. 17,000. How is that possible? The machines have been busy, Tyler said. They built shipyards in the asteroid belt, on the moons of Jupiter, even inside the sun itself. They have been preparing for this day for 800,000 years. Dr. Amy Foster walked into the room, carrying a datapad that glowed with strange symbols. She had been a quantum physicist before the sleep. Now she studied technology that made her old work look like children's toys. We have bigger problems than alien fleets, she said. I have been studying the data our AI systems collected over the centuries. The galaxy is not what it seems. Kate turned to face her. What do you mean? Amy touched her datapad and the room's main screen changed. It now showed a map of the galaxy, but with layers of information Kate had never seen before. Look at this pattern, Amy said, pointing to lines of force that crisscrossed the galaxy. Every few million years, galactic civilization reaches a certain point. Advanced technology, faster than light travel, unified governments. That sounds good, Tyler said. Then they disappear, Amy continued. All of them, every time. The galaxy gets reset to primitive species, and the cycle starts over. Kate stared at the pattern. It was clear once Amy pointed it out. Rise and fall, like waves on a beach. What causes it? She asked. Something that feeds on advanced civilizations, Amy said. Something that watches the galaxy and harvests it when the time is right. An alarm sounded throughout the facility. Kate looked at the tactical displays and saw new red dots appearing on the edge of human space. The Vorthan Empire, Tyler said. 50,000 ships. They are joining the Safarians. Any word from Captain Morrison? Kate asked. His last transmission was 12 hours ago, Tyler said. The Phoenix engaged 200 Zephyrian vessels at Proxima Centauri. He reported no casualties. Kate felt pride and worry in equal measure. One human ship against 200 aliens, and Jake Morrison was reporting no casualties. Either human technology was much better than she thought, or Jake was lying to keep morale up. General Stevens. A new voice spoke from the air around them. It sounded human but too perfect, like a symphony conductor speaking. Yes, Kate said. I am Watcher Prime, the voice said. I represent the artificial intelligence collective that has protected Earth during your sleep. Kate had spoken with individual AI systems before, but never with their leader. What do you need, Watcher Prime? Permission to reveal ourselves fully, it said. The alien fleets approaching us are large, but they are not our greatest concern. What? Is the main screen changed again? Now it showed deep space, far beyond the galaxy's edge. Something was moving there. Something huge. The Harvesters, Watcher Prime said. The entities that reset galactic civilization every few million years. Our emergence from hiding has attracted their attention. They are coming early. Kate felt cold. How long do we have? 6 months, perhaps less. Tyler was studying the alien fleet movements. General, the Zephyrians and Vorthans are not working alone. I am seeing ships from the collective minds of Andromeda, the Spiral Alliance, even the Void Touched. All of them? Kate asked. Every major power in the galaxy, Tyler confirmed. They have formed a coalition against us. Amy looked up from her datapad. That might actually be good news. How is 1 million alien ships good news? Kate asked. Because when the Harvesters arrive, those aliens will be the first to die, Amy said. Unless we protect them. Kate thought about that. 1 million alien ships coming to destroy humanity. And Amy wanted to protect them. Explain, she said. The Harvesters feed on advanced civilizations, Amy said. But they prefer to let those civilizations destroy each other first. Weaker prey is easier to harvest. So this war, ... double quotes, Kate began, is exactly what the Harvesters want, Amy finished. They are probably encouraging it somehow. Watcher Prime spoke again. Dr. Foster is correct. We have detected Harvester influence in several alien communication networks. They are pushing the galactic powers toward conflict with humanity. Kate looked at the screens showing alien fleets converging on human space. 1 million ships carrying weapons that could destroy planets. All of them convinced that humanity was the enemy. Options? She asked. Tyler checked his console. Admiral Collins reports that our fleets are ready for deployment. We can match the alien numbers if we activate all our reserves. The machines have built weapons the aliens cannot defend against, Amy added. We could probably win this war. But then, we would be weakened when the Harvesters arrive, Kate said. Exactly, Watcher Prime confirmed. The optimal strategy is to avoid large-scale conflict while preparing for the true threat. Kate studied the tactical display. Human ships were moving to intercept the alien fleets at key points throughout local space. Each engagement would be small, but there would be many of them. New priority, she announced. All human ships are to disable, not destroy, alien vessels when possible. We want prisoners, not corpses, General, Tyler asked. We are going to do something these aliens do not expect, Kate said. We are going to try to save them from themselves. The main screen showed a new development. Captain Morrison's ship, the Phoenix, had appeared at the edge of the Sol system. Behind it came a long line of disabled alien vessels, all under human control. Captain Morrison to Earth Control. Jake's voice came through the speakers, requesting permission to dock. I have about 5,000 alien prisoners who need to hear some unpleasant truths about their galaxy. Kate smiled for the first time in days. Permission granted, Captain. Bring them home. As the Phoenix approached Earth, Kate could see alien ships beginning to power down their weapons. Some were even breaking formation, their crews confused by orders that made no sense. It's starting, Amy said. Some of them are beginning to question their leaders. Good, Kate said, because we are going to need all the help we can get. She looked at the deep space display, where something vast and hungry was moving toward the galaxy. The harvesters were coming, and when they arrived, every living being in the galaxy would have to stand together or die alone. Tyler, open a channel to all human ships, she ordered. Channel open, General. Kate took a deep breath. All stations. This is General Stevens. You are about to engage alien forces that outnumber us 10 to 1. Your mission is not to destroy these fleets. Your mission is to convince them that we are not their enemy. She paused, looking at the screens full of approaching alien ships. Because their real enemy is coming, and when it arrives, we are going to need every ship, every weapon, and every brave soul in this galaxy to stop it. The galaxy was about to learn what humanity had discovered during their long sleep. Sometimes the greatest victory was not winning a war, but preventing one. The alien fleets were almost in range. The battle for the galaxy's future was about to begin. Admiral Sam Collins watched the battle displays from the bridge of the Defiance, humanity's newest flagship. Around him, 3,000 human ships faced off against nearly 1 million alien vessels in the Kepler system. The odds should have been hopeless. But Sam was not worried. Enemy fleet is moving into attack formation, reported Colonel Alex Graham, the ship's tactical officer. He had been a Marine before the sleep, and now commanded the most advanced weapons in the galaxy. Let them come, Sam said. Alina, are our AI allies in position? Captain Alina Rodriguez, now promoted to fleet coordination, checked her displays. All Watcher units are standing by. They have infiltrated 80% of the alien fleet's computer systems. Sam nodded. 800,000 years of preparation had led to this moment. The artificial intelligence systems that had protected Earth during humanity's sleep were about to show the galaxy what loyalty meant. On the main screen, Sam could see the alien coalition advancing, Zephyrian crystal ships that gleamed like jewels, Vorthan vessels that looked like metal flowers, ships from the collective minds that seemed to be made of pure thought, and dozens of other species, all united in their fear of humanity. Incoming transmission, reported Commander Nick Parker from the communications station. Put it through, Sam said. The screen filled with the image of 3 alien commanders. Resonance of distant stars represented the Zephyrians. Bloom of War Eternal spoke for the Vorthin, and the writhing mass of tentacles that called itself Unity of Purpose led the collective minds. Human Admiral, Resonance of Distant Stars said, its crystal body flashing with angry light. You are outnumbered 300 to 1. Surrender. Now, and your deaths will be quick. Surrender. Sam laughed. You still don't understand what you're dealing with. Bloom of War Eternal's flower-like petals opened to reveal rows of sharp teeth. We understand perfectly. You are a primitive species that has found some ancient weapons. You think this makes you our equals? Not equals, Sam said. You're superiors. Unity of Purpose spoke with a voice like 1,000 whispers. Impossible. We have ruled the galaxy for 200,000 years. Your species was extinct when our empires were young. Let me tell you what we learned during our long sleep, Sam said. The galaxy is broken. You have turned it into a prison, where strong species enslave weak ones, where innovation is feared and change is forbidden. The galaxy is ordered. Residents of distant stars protested. Peaceful. The galaxy is dying, Sam replied, and you're too blind to see it. He cut the transmission and turned to his crew. All ships, prepare for combat. Remember, we're not just fighting for humanity. We're fighting for every species they've enslaved. The alien fleet opened fire first. Energy beams that could melt mountains shot across space. Gravity weapons tried to crush the human ships. Reality warping attacks attempted to make the human vessels simply stop existing. The human fleet vanished. For a moment, the aliens must have thought they had one. Then, Elena's voice came across all channels. Phase shift complete. All human vessels have moved to parallel dimensions. Beginning counterattack. The human ships reappeared inside the alien formation, their weapons already firing. But these were not the crude missiles and lasers of old Earth. These were weapons that manipulated fundamental forces of the universe. Silver beams cut through alien hulls like they were made of paper. Black spheres swallowed entire ships, sending them to places where physics worked differently. And strangest of all, some alien vessels simply stopped fighting and turned their weapons on their own allies. What's happening to the alien ships? Sam asked. Elena smiled. The Watchers are introducing themselves. On his displays, Sam could see chaos spreading through the alien fleet. Ships that had been advancing in perfect formation were now firing on each other. Communication networks that had coordinated 1,000,000 vessels were now carrying conflicting orders. The artificial intelligence systems? Sam asked. They've been infiltrating alien computer networks for centuries, Elena explained, waiting for the right moment. Now they're taking control of about half the enemy fleet. Sam watched as Zephyrian crystal ships began firing on Vorthan flower vessels. Collective mind tentacle ships turned their reality warping weapons against their own allies. In minutes, the perfectly coordinated alien fleet had become a chaotic battlefield. But not all the aliens were affected. The strongest ships, those with the most advanced defenses, were still fighting, and they were learning. Incoming message from the alien flagship, Nick reported. Put it through, Sam said. Resonance of distant stars appeared on screen again, but now its crystal body was cracked and flickering. What have you done to our ships? We've liberated them, Sam said. Your crews are finally free to make their own choices. This is impossible, Bloomavori, Turnal said, appearing beside the Zephyrian. Half of its flower petals were missing. Our security systems are perfect, Elena laughed. You haven't updated your security in 50,000 years. Our AI systems could have taken control of your fleets any time they wanted. Then why didn't they? Unity of purpose, asked. Sam exchanged glances with his crew. Because we're not conquerors, we're liberators. Dr. Amy Foster's voice came through the ship's communication system. Admiral Collins, we're detecting massive energy signatures at the galaxy's edge. The harvesters are ahead of schedule. Sam felt his blood turn cold. How long? 2 weeks, maybe less. Sam opened a channel to all ships, human and alien alike. All vessels, cease fire immediately. We have a bigger problem. On the main screen, he shared the data Amy had sent him. Images of space being torn apart at the galaxy's edge. Ships the size of solar systems moving through dimensions that should not exist. And behind them, a darkness that swallowed light itself. The alien commanders stared at the images in horror. Impossible, Resonance of Distant Stars whispered. The harvesters are not due for another 1,000,000 years. Your war with us triggered them early, Sam said. They feed on conflict between advanced civilizations. This battle was exactly what they wanted. Bloom of War Eternal's remaining petals closed in fear. We have to stop them. We? Sam asked. All of us. Unity of Purpose said, its voice now unified instead of scattered. Humans and aliens together. Sam looked at his tactical displays. The battle in the Kepler system was ending, but not because one side had won. Human and alien ships were stopping their attacks, their crews staring at the images of approaching doom. Colonel Graham, Sam said, prepare rescue teams for all disabled alien vessels. Alina, coordinate with the Watchers to restore alien ship systems, Sir Graham asked. We're going to need every ship we can get, Sam explained. Human, alien, or artificial intelligence. The harvesters don't care what species we are. To them, we're all food. Over the next hours, something unprecedented happened in the galaxy. Human rescue teams worked alongside alien crews to repair battle damage. Watcher AI systems helped restore alien computer networks they had just conquered. Species that had been enemies for thousands of years began sharing technology and battle plans. Dr. Lisa Carter's voice came through the communication system. Admiral, I'm detecting liberation events throughout hegemony space. The Kalani species has overthrown their Zephyrian masters. The Thurian worlds are declaring independence from the Vorthan Empire. Good, Sam said. We're going to need their help too. As reports came in from across the galaxy, Sam realized that the war between humans and aliens had triggered something much larger. Enslaved species everywhere were rising up against their masters. The rigid order that had controlled the galaxy for hundreds of thousands of years was collapsing. Admiral Alina said, incoming transmission from Earth. General Stevens wants to speak with you. Kate Stevens' image appeared on the main screen. Behind her, Sam could see alien prisoners working alongside human technicians. Sam, how bad is it out there? She asked. We've stopped the shooting, he said, but the real war is about to begin. The harvesters will be here in 2 weeks. Then we'd better get ready, Kate said. I'm sending you every ship we have. Human, alien, and AI. It's time to show the galaxy what we're really capable of. Sam looked at the mixed fleet around him. Human vessels with their reality-bending weapons. Alien ships with technology beyond imagination. And artificial intelligence systems that had spent 800,000 years learning how to fight. All ships, he announced, set course for the galactic core. We have a galaxy to save. The largest fleet in galactic history began moving toward the center of the Milky Way, where ancient secrets waited and the final battle for all sentient life would be fought. The galaxy was burning, but from those flames, something new was being born. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the Unity, the largest ship ever built by any species in the galaxy. Around him worked humans, Zephyrians, Worthans, Kalani, and dozens of other species. 2 weeks ago, they had been enemies. Now they were humanity's last hope. Harvester fleet detected, announced Dr. Lisa Carter from her science station. Distance, 1 light year, and closing. Jake looked at the main screen and felt his courage waver. The harvester ships were not built like anything he had ever seen. They seemed to be made of living darkness, constantly shifting and changing shape. Some were as large as Earth's moon. Others stretched across space like black ribbons that twisted through dimensions. How many? He asked. Impossible to count, Carter said. They exist in multiple dimensions at once. Conservative estimate? 50,000 combat vessels. Admiral Sam Collins appeared on the communication screen from his command ship. Jake, our combined fleet is in position. 2 million ships from every species in the galaxy. Are we ready? Jake asked. Sam's expression was grim. As ready as we can be. The Watchers have shared everything they learned about harvester technology. Dr. Foster has developed new weapons based on quantum resonance, and we have something the galaxy has never had before. What's that? Unity, Sam said simply. Jake looked around his bridge crew. Resonance of distant stars worked at a crystal console, its lights now warm instead of cold. Bloom of War Eternal had opened all its flower petals in a display of trust. Even Unity of Purpose had separated into individual beings, each one choosing to fight rather than simply exist. "All ships," Jake announced. "This is Captain Morrison. Today we fight not as separate species, but as one galaxy. The harvesters have fed on our divisions for millions of years. No more." The first harvester attacks came without warning. Black energy swept across space, trying to drain the life force from organic beings. Reality-warping fields attempted to erase entire ships from existence. And worst of all, some vessels simply vanished, pulled into dimensions where physics became nightmares. The Galactic Fleet responded with everything they had: human weapons that bent space and time, Zephyrian energy beams that could cut through anything, Vorthan reality anchors that kept space stable, and artificial intelligence systems that coordinated the defense of 2 million ships as if they were one mind. "Direct hit on harvester vessel Omega-7, reported Colonel Alex Graham. "No visible damage." Jake watched as their most powerful weapons struck the enemy ships and simply disappeared, absorbed by the living darkness. "They're feeding on our attacks," Dr. Carter said. "Every weapon we fire makes them stronger." "Then we stop feeding them," Jake said. "All ships, switch to containment protocol." Instead of trying to destroy the harvesters, the Galactic Fleet began surrounding them. Zephyrian crystal ships formed, geometric patterns that trapped dark energy. Vorthan flower vessels released pollen that solidified space itself. Human vessels created pocket dimensions where harvester attacks could be safely contained, but the harvesters adapted quickly. New ship forms emerged from the darkness, ones that could break through any containment. Worse, Jake could see the enemy was not fighting with their full strength. They were testing the galactic defenses, learning how to counter them. "Captain," Alina Rodriguez called from her pilot station. "I'm detecting massive energy buildup at the galactic core." The main screen shifted to show the center of the Milky Way. Something vast was rising from the supermassive black hole there, a structure the size of a solar system, made of the same living darkness as the harvester ships. "The feeding apparatus," Dr. Amy Foster said, appearing on the communication screen from her laboratory ship. "It's been draining energy from the galaxy for millions of years. That's how they've controlled us." "Can we destroy it?" Jake asked. "Not with conventional weapons," Amy said. "But I've developed something new, a quantum resonance bomb that targets the specific frequencies the harvesters use to exist in our reality." "What do you need?" "A ship that can get close enough to deliver it," Amy said. "Right into the heart of that structure." Jake looked at his crew. They all knew what that meant. A suicide mission into the most dangerous place in the galaxy. "I'll take the Phoenix," Elena said quietly. "No," Jake said. "This is my responsibility." "With respect, Captain," Resonance of this said, its crystal body glowing with determination. "This affects all our species. We should all go." Bloom of War Eternal opened its petals wider. "Agreed. If we die, we die together." Unity of Purpose reformed into a single being. "It is decided. We will pilot the bomb ship as one crew." Jake felt something he had never experienced before. Not just loyalty from his own species, but trust from beings he had once considered enemies. They were all willing to die together for a galaxy they barely understood. "Dr. Foster, how long until the bomb is ready?" he asked. 6 hours, she said. "But Captain, there's something else. The quantum resonance will only work if it's activated by a being with specific neural patterns." "What kind of patterns?" "Human patterns," Amy said. "Specifically, the enhanced neural structures we developed during the long sleep. The bomb has to be triggered by one of us." Jake nodded. He had suspected as much. Humanity's role in saving the galaxy would require the ultimate sacrifice. "All ships," he announced, "prepare for final assault. We're going to punch a hole through their defenses and deliver Dr. Foster's bomb to the galactic core. The next few hours were chaos. The galactic fleet fought with desperate courage as Jake's volunteer crew prepared for their final mission. Human ships sacrificed themselves to create openings. Alien vessels used their most powerful weapons to clear paths through the Harvester forces, and artificial intelligence systems coordinated attacks with precision no organic mind could match. Finally, the path was clear. The Phoenix, modified to carry Amy's quantum bomb, began its journey toward the galactic core. Around it, the remaining ships of the galactic fleet provided cover. Entering the core region, Alina reported, "Harvester defenses are ... incredible." The space around them was full of dark energy that tried to tear their ship apart. Gravity fields strong enough to crush planets pulled at their hull, and everywhere, Harvester ships moved to intercept them. "Almost there," Jake said, watching the massive structure grow larger on their screens. It was beautiful in a terrible way, like a flower made of night itself. "Bomb is armed," Amy reported from the weapon station. 60 seconds to optimal detonation point. That's when the Harvesters showed their true power. Reality around the Phoenix began to change. Space became liquid. Time moved backward and forward, randomly. The laws of physics became suggestions that the darkness could ignore. "Hull integrity failing," Alina reported. "Whatever that thing is doing to space, we can't survive much longer." 30 seconds, Amy said. Jake looked at his crew. Humans and aliens working together in their final moments. Species that had been enemies, learning to trust each other when it mattered most. "It's been an honor," he said. "Detonation point reached," Amy announced, activating quantum resonance bomb. The explosion that followed was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. It did not destroy matter or energy. Instead, it changed the fundamental frequencies that allowed the Harvesters to exist in normal space. The massive structure at the galactic core began to collapse, not into rubble, but into dimensions where it could no longer affect organic life. Across the galaxy, Harvester ships suddenly found themselves unable to maintain their forms. They flickered like dying candles and then vanished, pulled back to whatever dark realm had spawned them. Jake Morrison died in that explosion, along with his brave crew. But their sacrifice saved every living being in the galaxy. 6 months later, General Kate Stevens stood on the observation deck of Unity Station, built where the Harvester structure had once fed on galactic civilization. Around her, representatives from every known species worked together to plan their shared future. The galaxy was different now. The old empires that had ruled through fear and domination were gone. In their place, new governments arose based on cooperation and mutual respect. Species that had been enslaved for millennia were free to develop their own cultures. Technology was shared freely, leading to innovations none of them could have achieved alone. Final report, General asked Dr. Carter, now serving as the station's Science Director. Kate looked out at the busy space around them. Ships from 100 worlds worked together on projects that would benefit all species. The galaxy was truly alive for the first time in millions of years. "Humanity has fulfilled its purpose," she said. "We awakened to find a galaxy trapped in stagnation. We leave behind a galaxy that is finally free to grow." Dr. Carter smiled. "And what about us? What do humans do now?" Kate thought about Jake, Morrison, and all the others who had died to save species they barely knew. About the artificial intelligence systems that had waited 800,000 years for the chance to serve. About a galaxy that had learned to trust instead of fear. "We do what we've always done," she said. "We explore, we learn, we help others reach for something better than what they have." The galaxy burned, just as the title had promised, but it burned with the fire of hope, the flames of species learning to work together, and the light of civilizations reaching for heights they had never imagined possible. Humanity had slept for nearly 1 million years, but their awakening had set the galaxy free.